to Bridgewater State University.
My name is Shelly Keniston. I'm the Director of Off-Campus and Commuter Student Services.
I'm Katie. I'm the undergraduate intern in the office. I've been in the office this is my second year since the office opened up. I'm a junior and I'm studying education and psychology.
Hi, everyone. My name is Andrew. I'm currently a graduate student here at BSU. Technically a graduate intern here at the off-campus office. I graduated from Bridgewater State last May, so May 2020, with a degree in economics. I'm currently in grad school for public administration. I've been in the office since the beginning with Katie, so we have 3 OGs here in this chat. So
that's right. So first, just a little bit about the office. So as they mentioned, the office opened in the fall of 2019, but late in the fall, so the end of October. Brand new office. We're going to talk about the makeup of students, but there was a real commitment to provide services to off-campus and commuter students. And we're going to talk about why we use both of those terms as well. Here's some of the basic info. Again, I'm the director. We have 6 student staff, 2 graduate students and 4 undergraduate students, all who right now, 5 out of 6 of them currently commute. And then one of them lives on campus now, but he used to commute. So typically the students that work in this office will have experience commuting so that they're able to answer your questions, which you'll hear from them in a few minutes. Current office is located in the East Campus Commons, where the bookstore is. And then some of our contact information. Terminology, this is just where I want to clarify. So when we say commuter student, it's someone that typically stays living at home, commutes to campus. In commuter, in the broader sense, every student that doesn't live in university housing is a commuter to some extent. You either walk or drive or take the bus or the train here, carpool, etc. So everyone commutes. An off-campus student we refer to as someone who doesn't live at home, moves into an apartment near or adjacent to campus, lives alone or with friends and roommates. And we have services related to that, which I'll touch base on coming up. But for us, off-campus students have a few different needs and some additional needs as well, different than that of just basic, more basic kind of commuter broader needs.
So commuter students on campus, there's actually these numbers are pre-COVID. So obviously we have a lot more students now that are taking their classes from home or commuting. But before COVID, over 65% of students at BSU didn't live on campus and were commuters. So that's over 7,000, which is a lot of students. So this office was really important when we started it to get in touch with commuters and make sure they felt like they were a part of the campus because they make up the majority of it. Commuters are undergraduate students, graduate students. There's students coming out of high school. Some students returning back to school as 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds. Some lived at other universities and then came to this one. Some live at home. There's really no one type of commuter. Anyone can be a commuter and everyone is welcome. For the office, we're here for everybody. There's also other ways to commute. Shelly kind of touched on this earlier, but if you drive, you can carpool, you can take the bus, you can take the train, you can bike. Any way that you get to campus is like a way to commute.
All right. So this is sort of a tough slide to talk about, but definitely important to consider. I'm sure you've heard from your guidance counselors, from your parents, friends in college. High school and college is so different. And for commuters, it's also a lot different. And that's sort of, we try to put out resources that help you with schoolwork. And it's hard to put out that information because of how everyone learns so differently. But we need to sort of focus on the differences between high school and college, especially in your first year. So I won't read through all of these points, but you're responsible for yourself more than you ever will be on your first year of college, because there's no more sort of mid-semester check-ins. There's no progress reports. It's all on you, and it's all up to you to decide how serious you want to take your grade and how serious you want to work hard and be accountable to yourself. So managing all that is a huge change, and that's why we're here to sort of walk you through that the best way we can and provide you with the correct resources, because we can't answer every question, but we can provide you with those resources that on-campus students may have readily available to them because they can walk next door, whereas commuter students may not have an easy ride to come talk about what classes they need to take and etc. Basically, the point of this conversation, of this slide, we talk about it all day, but it's a lot more responsibility and being accountable for yourself and your grades in every aspect of school. But we focus on helping students get those resources again, all over campus, no matter what the major is, how old you are, or what you're working on.
So as I kind of touched on in the last slide I presented, there are many ways that you can get to campus. There are commuter parking lots for people that do choose to drive that only commuters can park in. You get a parking pass in the beginning of the semester, and it allows you to park in those commuter lots. There's plenty of room in those parking lots. There's a parking garage. And there's actually, you can get a parking decal for your car before the semester starts at a discounted rate. So that's a +2 to be looking out for if you do decide to attend BSU. There's also the transit service on campus. There's a bus to Brockton. I'm not sure how often it runs, but it does run often. So that's an option too for commuting. And there is a discounted train pass with the MBTA. There is a train station right on campus, across from one of the dorms, so that it's easily accessible and you can get that discounted rate to get you here easily. So commuter ambassadors, as we kind of mentioned before, work in this office. They're here to help you as a commuter, whether it's your first year or whether you've been at BSU for 4 years. We're for the most part upperclassmen, but it's not always the case. But everyone will have commuter experience of some kind. As Shelly mentioned, we either are or were commuters at some point, so we understand the struggles and the ups and downs of being a commuter. So it gives us some personal insight to be able to help you out and answer your questions. We do also remind of important things going on campus or important Zoom events, and we will continue doing this even if we do return in the fall. So as Shelly mentioned before, it is a really good idea to give the social media pages a follow, because that's where you're going to get the majority of your information from those pages. It's also important to get involved as a commuter if you'd like to be involved in campus life, by talking to ambassadors, by attending programs, by engaging on social media. You get to find people that you have things in common with, that you can maybe carpool with, or that you can work with, that you have the same class or anything like that. So it's great to get involved if you'd like to.
And I highly, highly suggest reaching out and learning more about what BSU has to offer in terms of on-campus clubs. Every club you join, besides fraternity and sororities, for their dues are free to join. All the events you can attend are free. And we mentioned getting involved. Most commuters are like, oh, I don't want to drive to campus. I don't want to, but I'm telling you, these clubs and these intramurals and the on-campus jobs will give you the best reason to come to campus, and it's so worth it. There's so many opportunities for you to be involved, whether it's coming to an event that's offered to all BSU students, which is a common misconception. If you're a commuter and you live an hour and a half away, it doesn't matter. You can come to any event on campus that's offered, besides events in residence halls. But if you have a friend in a residence hall that can sign you in, you can attend the event. Obviously, this is pre-COVID, but most of these fraternities, sororities, program council, student government, all of these involvements in clubs They didn't slow down during COVID. They had their members online. They had elections online. They had recruitment events online. They had, Xbox get-togethers, Among Us get-togethers. And some of these people meet their lifelong friends and roommates, in apartment roommates, or just friends in general. We have so many opportunities on campus, and I can't stress it enough to just consider even reaching out to us, being like, hey, what kind of things do they offer? We have a whole list, and I'll detail every single one for you. But this will give you a reason to come to campus other than class that you'll actually enjoy and appreciate. I can promise you that. And then also too, just a quick mention, the Thornburg Fitness Center, which is our weight room, is fantastic. It's a brand new, I wouldn't say it's brand new, but it's relatively new. It's free membership for all students. So if you're on campus for class for an hour and you want to hit the gym or go for a walk on the track, brand new track as well, it's extremely nice, and it also gives you another reason to come to campus. We're trying to create that bond between students who live off campus and commute that resident students get by living on campus, and this is probably the best way to do it. And it's free, like I said. I mean, gas money, but we can work that out. But this is the best thing to do on campus, getting involved in any way you can.
I also want to add, it does seem really easy when you're a commuter to drive to class and drive home and not make friends or not talk to anybody and not join in to clubs or anything. It is everyone that I've talked to at BSU that has felt like they love the school and they love the environment and they love the community. They all get involved in some way. You don't necessarily have to be in every single club or in have multiple responsibilities, but even just getting, like Andrew was saying, a work study job a couple hours a week on campus, and you can meet people in that way. Anything that can help you feel connected to campus is going to enhance your experience at Bridgewater in a way that it's kind of hard to think of otherwise. I want to stress that it's a very important way to feel connected to the campus.
So not everyone that's commuting obviously is looking for a place to live, but it's important for you to know that we do have resources for you. We have an off-campus housing database, which you can email us. I'll put the contact information back up. We can help you look for roommates. Andrew's working on a program right now where he's helping pair people up with each other who don't know anyone or are looking for people to live off campus with. We have a video that we can also make sure that you get the link of. We have an off-campus living guide and then some additional resources. So we work with currently over 75 local landlords who rent to BSU students. We probably have upwards of about 500 or so students that live immediately in this vicinity right off campus who are renting. So that's important to know that we can assist with that as well.